In a follow-up to our investigation into Billy Jackson, we now turn our attention to two companies closely linked to him. What we have uncovered paints a troubling picture, one of confusion, misrepresentation, and financial risk for loan note holders. If you're involved or considering investing, we ask you to pay close attention. Northumberland Living Alnwick Ltd, which is tied to Jackson, was marketed through New Capital Living Limited, claiming that land purchases were completed and planning permission granted. Unfortunately the paperwork tells a different story, raising serious red flags around the security offered to loan note holders. Company filings show that the actual land wasn't secured until April 2024, and there's no registered charge from the appointed trustee, Alpha Trustee Services, to protect loan note holders. Instead, the supposed security sits in a completely different company, WH2022 Ltd, which is linked to an entirely different asset. A gas facility from a collapsed company. Northumberland Living Alnwick Ltd was raising £2.5 million. WH2022 Ltd was seeking £8.5 million. Yet, both investments appear tied to the same asset, raising some major questions. Who gets priority if things go wrong? Is the asset even worth enough to cover either investment? These are serious risks hidden in plain sight. Our investigators visited the Alnwick site. There's no construction, no development, no visible progress, just delays, silence, and a worrying lack of transparency. Google reviews reveal growing frustration where loan note holders describe broken promises, unpaid funds, and misleading communication. Billy Jackson and Head of Investor Relations Irene McKenzie are repeatedly named in complaints, thus raising further questions about accountability. WH2022 Ltd, also trading as Aventurine Climate, promotes renewable energy investments offering returns of up to 32%. But when 20% of that investment is lost to commissions, the math doesn't add up. Can this company really double your investment to pay you back? Here's the catch: WH2022 Ltd isn't just tied to Aventurine, it is also backing Northumberland Living's loan notes. One asset and two promises. If the company fails, which group of loan note holders gets paid, and who walks away with nothing? Despite all these red flags, New Capital Link continues promoting Billy Jackson and Aventurine Climate, and what is even more bizarre, their blog post URL literally reads, "Is WH2022 Ltd a scam?" Now this raises some serious doubts about what's really going on. If you've already invested or are thinking about it, stop and investigate. The risks are real. Conflicting security, failed companies, no transparency, and stalled developments are not coincidences, they are warnings. Email us at investigations@insolvencyandlaw.co.uk or call 020-7504-1300 for confidential advice. Don't wait for more promises.
Insolvency Law Limited is not a firm of solicitors or licensed insolvency practitioners. We do not provide legal, financial or investment advice, nor do we carry out any regulated activity under the Legal Services Act 2000 or the Financial Services and Markets Act 2000. All content on this channel is intended for general information and educational purposes only. It should not be relied upon as professional advice. Where relevant, Insolvency Law may take legal assignment of loan notes and act in its own name and at its own risk and cost. For more information, visit www.insolvencyandlaw.co.uk or email investigations@insolvencyandlaw.co.uk.